Well, deer season's finally over, and it's been a good one to say the least. We had a lot of good hunts. You can go back on the channel and check those hunts out. What I want to talk about in this video is just 2 ways that I like to save money during the off season, and then also another way that I like to protect my gear, mainly including tree stands, to keep them safe, and they last a lot longer if you do this one thing every off season. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my cameras up. The reason being is it gets expensive when you run these cell cams year round. So for me personally, I don't need to know what deer are working this area during the spring and early summer. Some of those deer are gonna run off because they're gonna summer here on this property and then leave for the fall. So I don't like to get pictures of deer that I'm not gonna have during the season. It's kind of upsetting when you see those deer and you get real excited and then they just vanish for the fall. So I like to take these cameras up to save money and cost for the coming deer season. I'll eventually put them back out for turkey season. I made this trail camera stake myself. I got this at Lowe's in the sign department. It's got a little hole right here pre-drilled. You got you a threaded eye hook right here with no point on the end. It's just threads, and then a nut, washer, and then a wing nut on this back side. You got a wing nut on the bottom side so you can tighten that camera down. These work really, really good. And I think I made them for around, I want to say $10 possibly, but they work really good. Take this camera off. Hard to do one-handed. I ain't got my tripod today. So see, it just works like that. You got the threads on the bottom of the camera, and that portion right there tightens down. Take this thing up. I would recommend doing this with 2 people. Sometimes it's hard to get somebody else out here on the same schedule as yours. Regardless if you have somebody else here or not, make sure you got a lineman's rope to help you. This tree I don't have a safety line, but I'll have them on all my stands next year because I got a pretty good deal on them. That's another reason I take down these stands, so the straps last longer and the stands are in better condition for a longer period of time. With this setup, it should take you no longer than 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take this bow hanger down. We'll just drop it. You don't want to be carrying stuff down the tree if you don't have to. I'll try to throw this towards y'all. So I made me a little makeshift line with a hook on there so I can lower this equipment down, but I have a bow rope on this stand already from the season, so I'm just going to use it to lower the stand down. With my lineman's belt, you can see I got 2 hands free. Very safe. Now what we'll do is just use the string from the bow rope. We got that stand down. Now we just got to work the steps down. I like to break the straps loose once I can barely reach them in a standing position. That gives me the best opportunity to know that the strap below me is going to hold. Alright, that was less than 10 minutes.